Hello again, this is going to be the Prusa reprap build 13, and we're going to be building the MakerGear's Hot-end. Alright, so first we have this bolt, and then we're going to put the brass hot end, and then wrap that on the bolt first. And then take a nichrome wire. We're gonna measure out 25 millimeters away from it and tape it to the side. So it doesn't get loose. Alright, and then we're going to wrap it once around, and then once we get down to the very bottom, we're going to wrap it around the bottom twice, and then I'll take this off and then wrap this end to it at the top where it's notched. And then we'll use the ceramic here to wrap around this. Right. Right, so here is what it should look like. It's wrapped once around the top, through the threads, and then twice around the bottom, and then wrapped up towards the notched end, because that's where it'll be coming up out of the first layer of ceramic, and then we'll be laying it up that direction once we wire it together. Okay, so now we're going to apply the ceramic, and I've already been stirring it for a little while. It was a little bit dry. I bought this a while ago, so it's been sitting out for a while. So I added about 3 drops to it and stirred it some more. So now it looks like a good consistency. And now we're just going to basically apply this directly to the heat core without trying to get it into the threads or anything. And then we'll wait for that to dry about an hour, and then I'll unscrew these wires and then touch up a little bit around there. Alright, so it's been an hour. Now we're going to untwist this and then add some ceramic in between the wires, and then double check everything to make sure it's all applied correctly and everything's covered. Alright, so now everything is covered. Now we're going to wait a whole day and then strip this wire, and then we're going to attach it to our 12-volt power and cook this the ceramic. Okay, now we're ready to cure the ceramic. I have this hooked up to my PC power supply, the 12 volts, the power and ground, and we're gonna power it up until this starts to smoke, and then let it heat up after that for 15 to 20 seconds, then wait 2 minutes, and then repeat that until this looks somewhat gray, and then that'll be cured. Okay, now it looks really great. And then just for example, since the kit came with 2 heat cores, I was making the second one too, so you can see the difference in color right now. And so I let that heat 5 times. And it looks pretty good. Next we'll be doing the wiring. Okay, so the next day I cleaned off the heat core wires. And next step is to take these and cut off this little end part we don't need on both of them. Alright, and then next we're going to put them in over the neck around this wire, and then clamp it, the bottom piece so it's tight on this, and it's said to leave about a 1/4 of an inch on the bottom of this wire on both sides. Okay, so now we're going to be cutting the excess off on the top of this wire, and we're going to leave about 1/8 of an inch to come back over these. And then we're going to take the green wire that came with the kit. I already spliced it and put it in the hole, and then we're going to crimp that, and then we're going to solder it to make a good connection. Alright, so I put the heat core back on the screw. There's a washer holding down the wires, and now we're going to apply the ceramic again all over these joints, making sure that the nichrome wire is covered completely so it doesn't get any air to it at all. Okay, and then next I just crimped on the male ends here and then soldered those on. And then we'll wait for this to dry and then we'll cure that next. Okay, so I already cooked this, the heat core, same way we cooked the first ceramic, so just hooking up to my 12 volt and then cooking it until it starts to smoke, and then wait 15 seconds, and then turn it off, and then repeat until it gets this nice gray color. I hooked it up to my Molex connector after that, and then I built the thermistor. So it came in the kit with the thermistor and then 2 pieces of insulation which I threaded on the wire, and then I put 2 male crimps on and then soldered those, and then now I'm going to attach this Molex connector to it, and then we'll be finally able to build the final hot end. Okay, now we are ready to build the hot end assembly. So we're going to take the 2 screws and screw it onto this in the middle. And I'm going to be taking this and tightening it up pretty good. So they don't move. And there's a long end and a short end, and on the short end we're going to be putting our nozzle. Alright. Okay, and then I got my 7/16 inch socket, and we're going to tighten this by 1/4 of a turn. Gotta make sure the nuts are on there secure enough. So 1/4 inch. Nuts got loose. Alright, so the 1/4 turn, and now I'm going to take off the 2 nuts. Alright, now we're going to connect the heat core, the wires facing up, and we'll get that pretty secure to the nozzle. Alright, and then we're going to take the top piece and screw it down all the way. Alright, now that we got this good and tight, it's time to attach the thermistor. And basically what we're going to do is get the thermistor as tight as possible against a brass nozzle, and then put 5 wraps around with a Teflon tape to secure it. And then after that we're going to put this insulation on, and then we'll put the large one over everything up to here. Alright. Okay, then this is my finished product, the MakerGear Hot-end. And then this is my laser cut piece that I made myself to put onto the Wade's extruder. Alright, so the next step I'll be showing software